Hi, my name is Natalie, and I've been teaching tantric meditations and healing for the past 10 years. I have recently opened this YouTube channel where I've been talking about sexuality and emotional blockages and meditation and how we can do the work. It's not only for people who want to fix their sexuality, but in general, I believe it's for people who want to reconnect to their sexuality from a more harmonious and loving place. And I recently did a video about premature ejaculation, and a lot of the times I do these videos and I am addressing my male audience because I do believe that we need to be connected to our body and our sexuality, and men who don't control their ejaculation have a disconnect from their penis, from their sexual energy. And there are a lot of exercises and things you can do emotionally, physically, and mentally in order to work on this issue of ejaculating prematurely. But I am a woman. I have never had a penis in my life. I have learned from men a lot about these issues, and I have worked with thousands of men over the years. So when I talk about it, I do talk about it, from experience, but the true experience I have is as a woman. And I wanted to talk today about what you can do as a woman if the man you're having sex with is ejaculating prematurely, basically meaning that he can't control his ejaculation. And I know as a woman, a lot of the times, I would reach a sexual interaction with someone and I would be very attracted to him and he is attracted to me, and then we would do a little bit of foreplay, and then as soon as he would penetrate, he would come, and it would happen after a few minutes. This happened to me with a few guys during my life. I am 41 years old, so the experience is over like 25 years of sexual experience and interactions. And when it used to happen to me before, I would take it very personally. I would get offended by it. I would feel like he abandoned me. He doesn't actually see me. He doesn't care about me. I'm just a sexual object for him to come on. And it would make me feel really shitty. And after the sexual interaction, we would part ways very, in an embarrassing way, and then never speak to each other again. And since then, I've been through my whole 10-year tantric journey, and I do see it differently. And I wanted to give some tips for women who have encountered, maybe it's their partner, maybe it's your husband, maybe it's your boyfriend, maybe it's someone new, but you get to the sex part and you're really into it, and then he ejaculates. So the whole story's done, right? For women, it can be very frustrating because it does take a while for our sexual energy to get activated. And we need the right place, the right time, the right person, the right interaction. We need a lot of things for us to be able to release and allow the sexual energy to run through our body. And if that has happened with someone and then he ejaculates, it's just what the fuck? Now I'm horny. I don't want him to know that I'm horny because horny women are portrayed as hoes or something. I don't know. And, I don't want to be angry at him because he didn't actually do anything. Poor guy, it just came out. So what am I supposed to do? Is this embarrassing? Is it because of me? Is it something that I did? And, again, I look at it very, very differently today. So what happens when a man prematurely ejaculates? It could be for many reasons. But what happened is the sexual energy was activated, but it happened too fast and too strong. And then the sexual energy, because maybe he's not connected to himself or to his penis, the sexual energy went up and then out. So it's kind of like peeing yourself, because a lot of the times it happens after 2-3 minutes, even after a minute. So you can't say it's this accumulation of sexual energy that is then converted into orgasm, because there wasn't really enough time. So it's kind of more oops, I peed myself. It could happen for many reasons. The first, I'm talking to women, so we understand and we don't take this personally. It could happen because he's very, very, very excited to have sex with you. Maybe he's had a crush on you for a long time. Maybe he felt really strong, deep connection. Maybe, you know, he's very attracted to you and it's the first time you're having sex and he gets excited and it happens. Maybe he's going through something in his life and he is thinking about other things and occupied with other things in his brain, and you know, he's not really there, and it's not your fault, it has nothing to do with you, he's just going through things and then this thing happens. Maybe he hasn't had sex in a long time. Maybe he's saving himself for marriage. Maybe he's doing the no fap or no nut, or he hasn't ejaculated in a long time. Maybe he stopped watching porn. Maybe he stopped masturbating. Maybe he had really bad experiences with women in the past and he's a bit traumatized by the sex, and so his body can't contain the sexual energy. It could be a number of reasons why it happens. Not being attracted to you, I don't think that's one of the reasons. Maybe if he doesn't get an erection, maybe we can talk about that in another video, but maybe that would be the reason. But usually premature ejaculation is a very high level of intensity and excitement together with sexual energy, and he doesn't know how to contain all these emotions and all these feelings in his body, and so it happens. Maybe it never happens to him, it only happens with you because he is so attracted to you. Maybe it's happened before. Maybe it always happens to him. So maybe we can talk to him about it and ask him, like, how are your first sexual experiences? Did you prematurely ejaculate then too? Does it happen to you in masturbation? Maybe we can take things slow. And now we're getting to the part, like, what can we do as women if our sexual partner is very, very excited and is about to ejaculate prematurely, you know, but we're into him and we want to have the sexual interaction with him? What can we do? So the first thing we can and should do is not take it personally. It's not our fault. It's not because of us in a bad way. Maybe it is because of us in a good way, but not in a bad way. So we want to not take it personally. The second thing is we want to help him relax. First of all, everything's okay. Even if he did ejaculate after a minute or he's about to and we stopped, you know, everything's okay. Let's take a few deep breaths. Maybe let's talk about it. Maybe tell me your experiences in the past. But doing that without judgment and without criticism, because we didn't take it personally and we realize there's a human being in front of us that wants to experience something but is so excited or so emotionally distraught at the moment that let's be with him for a moment. Let's just talk about it. Everything's okay. We can have the sex tomorrow. We don't have to have the sex. We can have it in a while, but everything's okay. And maybe we can talk about it and maybe tell me about your experiences. And, you know, then if we understand that this person is very attracted to us, very horny, you know, whatever is the reason, and we've talked to him and we've calmed the situation down and everything's okay, then maybe I can give him some attention, loving attention, so he can lie on his back and I can touch his body and just put my hands on him and just breathe with him and then slowly touch his penis, but then the rest of his body, and just like make the whole situation like everything's okay. We don't have to have sex. I don't have expectations from you. I just want us both to feel comfortable. And so I want to ease him into the situation, and I want to be with him, and I want to be loving with him, and you know, everything's okay. We don't have to do anything. Let's just be together. Maybe we can hug when we're naked, and we can just do other things and try to relax ourselves into the situation. And then maybe when he's feeling relaxed and loved and heard and seen by us, then maybe something inside of him will relax and he will be able to have regular, normal sex for however long that lasts. But these are things that I have done as a woman with a man that I love, and it did help him. I don't think he has that problem anymore. But I remember at first being very like intimidated by it. And then I realized, wait, you know, something's going on with this guy. I love this guy. I want to help him. I don't want to be like bitchy and like, oh, you suck at sex. And I don't think he does. I just think he's very excited and he doesn't know how to control his emotions. He's not connected to his emotions. He doesn't know how to work with the sexual energy. So instead of judging him or taking it personally, I can help him and I can be with him. And slowly and gradually, we can raise our sexual energy together without any pressure, any expectations, any demands. And let's just love each other and experience each other in a loving and calm and relaxing way. So those are some things that I think women can do when their partner prematurely ejaculates. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it can be worked on. I think we can help them with it. And I think that our love and compassion and patience is a big part of healing them. And I hope some women watch this and do this with the next man they have sex with, who this happens to him. And I think that if a woman does this with a man in this way, it will not only heal something in him, but it will also heal something in her. So that's my recommendation for today. Thank you for watching my video. I would love to hear in the comments if you've experienced this, if you've experienced something similar to what I talked about, or what you think women should do in these situations. Because, you know, these situations happen, and as women, we don't necessarily always know the best way to react or what you need us to do. So if you have thoughts on that, please put them in the comments. And I do upload these videos regularly, so please subscribe and like. And thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next video.